for sharing all that information. You know, I want to say something. I don't know about you, but all I know is that I am so flat fired up because when we were at that convention and we saw everything of what he's thinking, what he's working on, what is coming, you know, when we saw the hangar with the drones in it, that for me was huge because I remember in 2022 when he first showed us the first drone, there was only one. And now he has a fleet. And the drone situation is one thing for the humanitarian, but the motor that he's using, everything is invented. The material, the motor that he's using, the shape of the drone, the way that it cleans the energy while it's flying, all of that. But the motor he's going to use to give us home energy in our homes. So it's not just the fact that the drones are going to be flying, but that same way that he created that is how he's going to create the energy for our home. So I just wanted you guys to see that, yes, 2 years ago, we saw him when he first talked about it. And now in 2024, we saw the actual thing come to fruition, right? So all of these things that Erica talked about tonight, they're coming, guys. They're coming. They're already in the works. Okay. So all you have to do is decide, are you going to align yourself with us? Are you going to align yourself with this company, you know, and take it to the max? Because this company is changing right before our eyes. We're turning into a technology company along with the health and wellness, but this is huge. And when that documentary comes out, I'm telling you, the world is going to know about LifeWave. So like David said, you know, make sure you call all your family and friends. Make sure you tell them about LifeWave now and let them know that, hey, if you don't get in with me now, make sure you promise me you're going to get in with me, because when it gets on TV, when it gets on the movie screens, you know, when it's shown on Netflix, I promise you people are going to be calling, wanting to know about what LifeWave is and about this incredible X39 patch and everything else that's coming with it. Because I promise you, everything that he's building is in connection with the X39. He made sure that he got that across to us this weekend. So one of the exciting things that we have going on that they announced was the regional trips. And like Erica said, North America is going to Punta Mita, Mexico. Look it up, guys. It's an amazing, beautiful place. And Asia Pacific is going to Bali, Indonesia, and Europe is going to Dubrovnik, Croatia. And wow, I'm just saying to you guys, run for this, because we are getting ready to go to Punta Cana in about a week and a half. And next time, we want everybody to come with us.
It does suck that,
you know,
we're the only ones going.
I know. And
we tried for months to get you guys to come with us, and we need you with us. I don't want to be sitting on the beach.
Exactly.
Talking to the same woman I've talked to for 30 years. I want to have a different conversation.
Anyways, but we want you all with us. So we're going to show you tonight exactly what you need to do to get to the trips. Thank God that Asia Pacific and North America, we're all doing the same thing this time, right? Yeah. So it's going to be easy because we can calculate the points. But how you win it is through a point system, okay? So Dave, you want to start it?
We're getting there now.
Make sure you take screenshots. Take a picture of this so you can have it. We're also recording, so it'll be available for you guys.
Okay, so the incentive trip qualifications, Asia Pacific and North America both have the exact same qualifications.
And Europe.
And Europe. So here's what you're going to do. You want to find it out, read it out, print it out, hang it on your refrigerator to remind you constantly. It's in your back office. You go to your resources, and in your resources, you'll see current promotions. And it starts off with the main one for the elites, which is Switzerland. And as you go down further, you'll see North America, Asia Pacific, and Europe. And so those details are there. based on your region, and you can find out exactly what you have to do. Okay. So Asia Pacific is going to Bali. Uh, that looks so cool, I'm telling you. And in North America is going Punta Mita, Mexico. And there's different beaches there. There's beautiful white sand beaches, but we found this picture. It's like a huge hole in the rock where there's a beach inside. And I just thought, I've never been anywhere like that. So I'm going to go get in that hole. Hopefully I can get back out.
So the qualification period begins October 21st, which was this week on Monday, and it runs through February 23rd, 2025. It's 18 weeks. Guys, this is really important. You got to get in the game. You got to make every week count, okay? And the travel dates are late April. It hasn't been posted yet, but all regions are going to be traveling in April. So for 100 points, if you earn 100 points, you're going to get a room for 2 and airfare for 1. If it's the 2 of you, you want to make sure you get 2 flights, so you're going to need 140 points. That gives you a room for 2 people and airfare for 2 people.
We made these very simple slides. I'm going to back up one. Make sure you pop a picture of it, because when you're reading it in your back office, it's in smaller print, all crunched together. We wanted to separate this for you to make it a little more simple and easier to understand. All right, accommodations. A standard room, double occupancy. So you do get to take one person with you. I will be taking Carmen, or I pray that she takes me, one or the other. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but your airport transfers are free from the airport to wherever you're going. And if you arrive on the day it begins and if you depart on the day that it ends, those are free. After that, you're pretty much on your own, because they're not going to sit around and wait for you afterwards, or they're not going to arrive early just to transport you.
Okay, earning points. So first way that you earn points is when you personally sponsor a brand partner, okay? So if you sponsor somebody that comes in on a core packet, it's going to give you 2 points. If they come in as an advance kit, it's going to give you 4 points. And if they come in as a premium, they're going to give you 8 points. Okay? So you want as many premiums as you can, right?
Exactly.
For the next 18 weeks. Because if you were to sponsor 12 premiums, let's just say, in the 18 weeks, you would be at 96 points. You're almost there. Okay, right. So just kind of play with the numbers here and see what you can make it fun, guys. Make it fun. Okay, next way that you get points is upgrading personal brand partners. So if you have somebody that's in a starter pack and they upgrade to premium, you're going to get 8 points. If you have somebody that's in a core and they're going to upgrade to advance, 2 points. Core to premium, 6 points. Advance to premium, 4 points. Bronze, if you have somebody that's still on a bronze and they upgrade,
can I make a comment?
And they upgrade to core, you're going to get 2 points. Bronze or silver to advance, you get 4 points. Bronze or silver to premium, you get 8 points. And gold or platinum to premium, you get 8 points.
Okay. As you rank advance, you get points. So if you advance to manager, you're going to get 10 points. Director, 15 points. Senior director, 20 points. Executive, 30. Presidential, 40. And senior presidential, 50. It's working the same way in both of these regions.
So the object here is for you guys to advance. Because if you advance, you're going to get the points that David just talked about. But what about if you look at your team and you can help anybody that you personally sponsored advance, you're also going to get points. So this is great. So if you have a brand partner that advances to manager, you're going to get 5 points. They're going to get their points for advancing to manager, but you're going to get 5. The same with director, you're going to get 7. If you have somebody in your team that you personally sponsored that advances to senior director, you're going to get 10 points for that. Again, they're going to get their points for senior director, but you're going to get your 10 points. If you have somebody in your team that advances to executive, you're going to get 15 points. If you have somebody in your team that you personally sponsored, now that's the key. You have to personally sponsor them. If they advance to presidential, that's 20 points. And if you have somebody that advances to senior presidential within the 18-week period, you're going to get 25 points. So they're being very, very, what's the word? Generous with the points, guys. Then, if you maintain your lifetime rank, okay, so if you're already a manager, every week that you maintain that manager position, you're going to get 1 point. So if you were a manager, director, or senior director, and if you maintain it for the whole 18 weeks, that's 18 points right there. That's given to you. In our case, because we're executive, if we maintain the executive for the 18 weeks, or presidential or senior presidential, then we're going to get 36 points, at the end of the 18 weeks for maintaining that rank. So I want you guys to think about this, because this is all about you advancing and you achieving a different rank, but also helping the people that you have sponsored to do the same. So corporate's going to reward you not only for you advancing, but also for you helping your teammates that you sponsored advance. So, I know that 100 points or 140 points sounds like a lot, but it isn't if you just divide it into sections, So if you make a point to say, hey, I'm going to go, let's say your goal is to go manager, or let's say your goal is to go director. Well, if you go director, you have to have 2 managers, right? So when you help those 2 people become manager, they're going to get points, and you're going to get points for them going manager. So you're going to get points for you going director, plus you're going to get points for each manager that you help make. So I want you to take this and really study it, and try to get as many people in your team upgraded. Because that is, can you go back to that page that had the upgrade? One more, right here. This page gives you a lot of points. So what I would suggest that everybody does, this is what I did when we were going for the Punta Cana trip. I went through my entire team of who I had sponsored personally, and I contacted them and see if there was anybody that I could upgrade. Now, in the last trip, they weren't giving all these points.
Nope.
They were giving very little points for upgrade. This time, they're giving you a lot of points for upgrading, and they're even allowing you to upgrade the people that were on the kits before the new kits came in. So look at that. If you get somebody that's a bronze or a silver or a gold or a platinum, and they upgrade to premium, which is the best thing for them to do if they're serious about building their business, you're going to get 8 points. How great is that? So I want you to use this to your advantage and get really familiar with it. And every time you're in front of somebody and they're thinking they're going to enroll, keep these numbers in mind, right? Because if you can get somebody, if you can personally sponsor somebody, and you can, encourage them to go in an advance instead of a core, you're going to get more points. The same thing, if you can encourage them to go into as a premium, you're going to get more points. So I want you guys to put this at the front of your face every single day. Print this out, put it in front of your refrigerator, put a picture of Punta Mita, Mexico, or Croatia, or the Bali picture, and stare at it every single day, because there's no reason why all of you on this team can't achieve this trip. They are making it even easier than the last trip. So it's up to you, what you want to do.
This is all about giving you the carrot in front of you to do what you need to do anyway to build your own business. Building your business is about bringing new people in. The bigger you bring somebody in, the more business that they plan on doing. So it's about bringing in business-minded people, not just somebody whose knee hurts or toe hurts or neck hurts, and maybe the patch will help them. That's one person. And when they're done, they're happy and they're done. Bring in somebody that wants to build a business out of this, and they may end up helping 1,000 people feel better rather than you just helping one we call limper at a time. And so this is what we want you to focus on is how can you reach the most people and help the most people have a better life, improve the most people's health that you can. And that's by finding people that want to build this as a business. Our current economy is ripe for that situation. It is opportunity like hasn't existed in a long time because what most people were counting on. My Uber driver the other day was a mortgage broker with no work. Now he's driving Uber. A mortgage broker in real estate in South Florida. So mortgage brokers, title companies, realtors all need a sideline right now. The market for the interest rates have pushed people's qualifications so high, and the properties that they can afford now don't exist. So I'm asking you to think of these people that are business-minded people and bring them in. We had a guy speak a week ago Saturday. He owns 7 businesses, multi-millionaire, stood in front of everybody and said, I never spent less than $250,000 to open any one of my businesses. And this business right here, I've been in for 60 days and he's at the top rank. He said, this is a cash generating machine. None of my businesses paid me like this close in the beginning. None of them. And this business is an amazing cash generating machine. This is a guy with 7 businesses. So if you're talking to business people, they understand the overhead for this maxed out $200 a month US, and that is what you use for you and your wife. So basically, the only loss you have is your shipping and your sales tax. That's your overhead. How crazy is that?
So then, if you go back to the last page, so, okay. So also, in addition to the points that we already talked about, for any new preferred customer or preferred customer plus that you enroll within this 18 weeks, as long as they order $99.95 at least, and they don't have any returns, you will get a point for each preferred customer or preferred customer plus. Okay, so like I said, they're being extremely generous. They're giving us everything. Okay, this slide here explains how the airfare works. You're going to get $450 US airfare reimbursement for one person and $900 for 2 people. So what I would suggest that you do is that you make it a point and say to yourself, I am going to win this trip. I'm going to do everything I need to do to make sure that I can win the trip for me and my wife or whoever guests you want to bring. And then start looking at the flights, okay? Because if you wait to get the flights really close to the trip, if you wait till April, the flights are going to be more expensive. So make it a goal that you're going to reach this way before the February 23rd deadline. Okay, that's what we're doing. We're going to run, and try and help as many people earn the trip way before the end of February 23rd. And that's what I would suggest that you guys do too.
You know, the last trip, the points were 84, but you had to do a lot more work.
85.
85
Yeah.
points. There were people that earned their trip in a week. There were people that had well over 700 points by the end of the qualification period. So please don't think that 100 or 140 points is your cap. There were people with over 700 points. They just got involved in speaking to people every day and bringing people in constantly. And this is what can happen to your business. Nobody knows when that break is going to open up for you, but it will. And just don't quit. Stay doing those income producing activities,
Yes.
which is not reading and studying at home. It's out there presenting this to new people each and every day. That's where the income producing activities are. Introducing them to the patch, inviting them to one of our presentations during the week. It doesn't matter when, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then everybody has a training on Saturday. And I understand that the people on the other side of the world from Florida, they're not going to be awake when we're doing that. So everything is recorded, like what Erica said on the This Is It YouTube channel. It's all recorded. You can go back and replay anything. Nobody gets left out.
Guys, I want to say to you, when we were at that convention, there was 6,000 people there that were present. I don't know what the virtual was, how many were in the virtual, but I can tell you that the energy that was in that room was unbelievable. And for those of you that are on this call tonight that were with us at the convention, I'm sure you will attest to that. Corporate pulled out all the stops for this event, and they showed us so much appreciation for the people that are building Lifeway. They tried to give us, like Erica said, the most incredible entertainment. I looked up some of those two of the performers, and they were over $1 million just to bring them there. Okay, so they wanted to give us a very special weekend, and they did, and they delivered, and he told us he was, and he delivered. And all I can tell you is that I got out of that convention a lot, because we got to see not only the entertainment, but we got to hear some phenomenal speakers. We heard from the guy that wrote Chicken Soup for the Soul. He was one of our speakers. Then we had this woman that was the first pilot for the Thunderbirds for the United States. That was amazing. First woman pilot. Her speech was incredible. And if you haven't heard it, make sure you go to YouTube and you hear it, because it's very inspiring. And the whole weekend was like that. We went into the hotel and there was banners everywhere that said "Be the Light." Everywhere you turned, there was these humongous pictures that they covered all the glass, of these windows that was all Lifeway. So I promise you that whoever was staying at that hotel that wasn't part of Lifeway, well, they found out what Lifeway was about, because we certainly made a huge ruckus. And it's just very exciting to be a part of a company that is so futuristic, that is out there really bringing in some things that have never been heard of before. One of the things, David gets his patents. He makes sure everything is protected. I understand that the water system already has received 4 patents, more coming. The same thing with the supplements. Everything is protected. So you don't have to worry about this company. This is solid. They're uplifted. They are futuristic. He is on the go with this. And we are going to be leading the world in a lot of this, in some of these products, right? I mean, look at this water system that's coming out. Doesn't exist. It's never been seen before in the world, So you are a part of a company that is really the pioneer for a lot of products, for the technology, for the energy that's coming for our homes. All of this is coming in the pipeline. And he told us he has projects for the next 7 years that are already in line, that are coming. So if you're looking for a company that you can align yourself with, that has a goal in mind, that has a lot coming in the future, you have found it.
I would just want to make a comment about the water. It's not filtered water. It's water filters that remove anything plastic that might be in the water. It's also it's infusing light into the water, so that when you drink it, that light is released within you. And we already understand that this patch is a reflected light. So that light is going to make a big difference in people's health. They already, on their tests, their studies, showed that people showed improvements in their health in 2.5 minutes.
Unbelievable.
The people that got a sample of the water, the higher ups, um, they said after they drank it, they could feel energy in their body like if they drank electricity. It was amazing. So I'm not sure where he's going to go with this. All I know is this: it doesn't matter what he makes. There is one sales team, and you're part of it. And anything he makes, he's incorporating into that sales team. So when he talked about his slow flying drones being part of his communication systems, and he's going to sell cell time that can't be stopped, cell phone time, that every minute is going to be paying somebody in this system, through the same system, the water, the patches. And he said his number one is going to stay X39, period. That's where he's going to build from. It's going to stay here for years. He's got 16 more years on that patent and maybe an extension. So that is our hallmark, that one X39. It's almost 90% of our business. It's way up there. So if you're talking about something else, you're talking about, well, it's 86% of the business. I said almost 90. So you're talking about 14%. And what do you want to build on, 86 or 14? And me, I want to build on 86% of the company and take it even higher. So Erica did a great job tonight in giving us a glimpse, and I appreciate you all giving us your patience.
And I wanted to say something regarding what you heard that Erica talked about all the different things that are coming. I want you to take a piece of paper and write down people that you know that might be interested in the water,
Electrolytes.
electrolytes, aviation, energy for your home, and start a new list. The ones that you already have on your list, but start a new list so that you can start reaching these people and say, hey, I talked to you about the patch, or maybe you haven't talked to them yet about the patch, but I got to tell you what's coming. I just came back from this convention. I just heard back, from my leaders about this convention of what's coming for this company. And I thought of you because I thought it might be something that you might be interested in, but you need to get in now so that you already are in the company before any of these things launch. And if you do that, you're going to realize that you're going to end up with another list of people that maybe you had never even thought of, right? So I want you to expand your mind, expand what you're thinking about this company, because if you're thinking that we're only staying in the health and wellness, you're thinking wrong. You have to open your mind and think much bigger, because this opportunity, this company is going to hit 600,000 by the end of December. I'm telling you what, you need to think $1 billion